This is the last video you will ever gonna need to watch on productivity. I have one goal with this video, and it's to help you become so productive that even Ali Abdaal gets jealous. So let's get started. I have read books, tried systems, and watched every single video on productivity out there. Not a lot of things worked for me, but 4 things did actually work, and they helped me become more productive and ace my exams. So without further introduction, here are the 4 principles that are gonna make you more productive. Principle number 1, the Pareto principle. When I first started medical school, I thought more hours meant better results. So I studied 10 hours every single day. 10 hours. I would read the textbook, take notes, watch YouTube videos, and do all that again, just to make sure. Doing all that looked productive. But the truth is, most of the stuff that I was doing didn't actually matter. That's where Pareto's principle comes in. The Pareto principle says that 80% of your results come from 20% of your effort. When you think about it, this actually applies to a lot of things. Fitness, studying, and even business. In the gym, you don't need 12 fancy exercises or every supplement to get shredded. You just need a couple of good exercises, good sleep, and proper food. That small 20% creates the majority of your results. Studying is exactly the same thing. When I looked back, I realized that my 20% were things like doing practice questions, reviewing weak areas, and teaching someone else the material. That's it. Everything else, rereading, highlighting, over-preparing, was actually not necessary. So before you start your next study session, take a moment and ask yourself, what is the small number of things that actually make the biggest difference here? Focus there, cut the rest. That's how you get more done with less effort. Principle number 2, less is more. Most people think productivity means doing more. More studying, more notes, more time. But the real secret is less is more. Because when you try to do everything, you spread your energy too thin and your focus disappears. You can't do deep, meaningful work if your brain is constantly switching between tasks or worrying about 15 other things that you have to do. When I stopped trying to be busy and started being intentional, everything changed. My results went up and I actually had the time to think better. So the mindset shift is simple. Doing less but doing it better will always beat doing more but doing it bad. Principle number 3, specific goals. Here is something that is bad for productivity. Shallow goals. Something like, I'm gonna study today, or I'm gonna work on my essay, or I'm gonna get stuff done. That is not a plan. That's a wish. If you wanna actually move forward, your goals need to be specific. They need to be measurable. They need to be realistic. So a goal could look like telling yourself that you wanna complete 2 past papers by 3 p.m. instead of telling yourself that you wanna study. Because study can mean a lot of things, but setting a specific goal of doing 2 past papers before 3 p.m. is actually a goal. And goals like that give your brain a finish line. And every time you cross that finish line, you get a small dopamine hit that keeps you moving. So combine this with the 80-20 rule. Pick your most impactful 20% and turn them into clear goals. That's how you actually win every single day. Principle number 4, consistency. Here's the thing about productivity. It's not about massive effort once in a while. It's about small, consistent effort over time. You don't get fit by going to the gym 10 hours once. You get fit by going 1 hour every single day for a long period of time. It's about showing up consistently. And the same thing applies to studying or building any skill. If you study for 2 hours a day, deeply focused, every single day, you will outperform someone who studies 10 hours once in a while, because consistency is the key. So let's wrap this up. Here is your full system. Productivity is not about squeezing more hours into your day. It's about slowing down and doing what actually matters. Thank you for watching. See you in another video.